This week's show brought to you by SCAD, Scott Countyans Against Drugs. Chenault and Hogue for all your insurance needs. Welcome everybody to the Scott County Cardinals News Graphic Coaches Show, basketball style holiday edition, a consolidated holiday edition as both teams are down south. They're actually, at the time of this taping, they're both on a bus. The boys are headed to the Beach Ball Classic, pretty much their standard location at this time of year in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They'll be arriving late Wednesday afternoon. By the time you watch this, there's a good chance they will have already played in their opening round game against Socastee, one of the two host schools at that Myrtle Beach event. 16 of the best teams in the country invited to that every year. Scott County has appeared in it more often than not during Billy Hicks' 25-year tenure. Last year, of course, they reached the finals of the consolation bracket and defeated Bishop Gorman out of Nevada to win that and finish 5th place overall to go 3-1 in the tournament. That's happened before. They've gotten as far as the semifinals. This year's team ranked 19th in the country right now and expected to challenge for the overall title. That would be something that has never happened before. Of course, Scott County has never even reached the championship game. To do that, chances are their toughest game might be in the second round. This is kind of a state tournament setup. Remember when Scott County played Trinity last year? They're likely to play Cox Mill out of Concord, North Carolina in the second round on Friday afternoon. Cox Mill ranked number 20 in the nation right now by Max Prep, so that's a battle of top 20 teams, and if Scott County can win that one, they might have an open lane to get to the final. They would have to play in the semifinals on Saturday and then have a day off before the championship round on New Year's Eve, Monday. So exciting times. You can watch those games as long as they're in the winner's bracket. You can watch them online at beachballclassic.com. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter, News Graphic, as well as my personal page, Oaksy72, for all the live updates. Looking forward to that. It doesn't get any better than this tournament. You can name a player the last 25 years who's made it big in college basketball. A lot of guys who've gone on to the NBA. Probably at one time or another, they played in the Beach Ball Classic. So a great opportunity for the Cardinals as always. Don't want to sell the girls short. They've already made one tournament trip this Christmas before the holiday. They went down to Bristol, Tennessee and rolled through a tournament down there. Beat teams from 3 neighboring states, West Virginia, and Tennessee in 3 days, about a span of 45 hours actually. The Lady Cards came out on top, won those games by an average of 40-plus points, just demolished everybody down there. And even so, Coach Elton wasn't 100% happy with the defense. That's kind of become the theme, but they certainly know how to shoot. Spring Valley, West Virginia, fell victim to 20 three-pointers by the Cards. So 60 of their 92 points in that round were scored from beyond the three-point line. That was the semifinal game down there on Friday night. So just a continued roll for the Lady Cards. They are now 9-0 and headed to the Palm Beach Classic. West Palm Beach, Florida will be the location there. They'll take on Dr. Kropp out of Miami, a prep school, on Thursday. That's a 2 o'clock start. Then Friday, Saturday, the final 2 rounds. There are teams there from Birmingham, Alabama, a team from Hampton, Georgia, a couple of teams from Palm Beach, and Assumption from here in Kentucky will be going down as well. So the national bracket looks pretty competitive. Again, if you look at those national rankings, Scott County with a good chance to perhaps win that. A lot of things will have to go right. I think Coach Elton thinks they'll have to play better defense. Certainly rebound the ball well as we playing some tall, rangy, athletic teams, beginning with that Miami opponent. So great opportunity to get to the beach for the Lady Cards. Great opportunity to play in front of some college scouts. I know a lot of them will be there to watch Malaya Williams, but as Coach Helton says, they may come to see one player, but they're going to see a bunch of others in the meantime, and just a lot of college prospects on that team for the Lady Cards. So an exciting week in Florida. Looking forward to that. Those games are not live streamed. However, we will update each one on our website after the game as well as our Twitter feeds. So check that out. Want to remind you about our News Graphic live stream as well. Of course, we had the boys game against Fern Creek, an 86-63 win for Scott County this past Friday night. We are off this week, so you will not see a live stream. Of course, both teams out of town. Nobody's at home. So we won't be doing that. However, Friday night, January the 4th, actually Friday late afternoon, special start time at 5 p.m. You don't want to miss this, as the Lady Cards will be taking on DuPont Manual. If that sounds familiar, it should. They played twice last year. Scott County went to Louisville and routed Manual on its home court. Then a couple of months later, they played in the Sweet 16 up at NKU, and it was a different story as Manual rolled for the victory in that one. So it's been a good series. Some teams have had success on the other's home court. We'll see how Scott County defends its home turf on Friday night, January the 4th. You don't want to miss that one. And then we'll have games just about every Friday night the rest of the season with a Tuesday thrown in, a couple of Saturday games with the Toyota Classic thrown in. So we'll keep you abreast of the schedule each week. But we hope you're joining us at news-graphic.com as well as our YouTube page. Both options to watch these games, and exciting stuff, as yours truly and Lanny Brannick have enjoyed calling these games, and so far so good. The Cards have not been challenged in many of them, but great opportunity to see these teams as they get ready to prepare for their run at state titles. We spoke with both Coach Hicks and Coach Helton prior to leaving for this trip. We want to talk to them about I wanted to talk to Coach Hicks about the Beach Ball Classic experience in general, as he's taken so many teams down there. Cards going down with a 10-0 record after their win over Fern Creek from Louisville on Friday night. And no shortage of athletic competition down there. I think the Cards will have to do some things defensively that they haven't had to do in that run in the first month here in Kentucky. So it'll be a good experience for them. And of course, Coach Helton wants to see his team play better defense. But you know the Lady Cards are going to stick the threes as well and do what they do best. One thing about these tournaments is a lot of teams may be tall, they may be athletic, they may be strong, but they don't play as hard as Scott County, Kentucky's teams do. So let's see what Coach Hicks and Coach Helton had to say about what they're looking forward to this week. The Beach Ball Classic is one of the few boys basketball accomplishments that have eluded Billy Hicks and Scott County.
We've won all the major tournaments we played in throughout the state, throughout the country. The City of Palms and a lot of the others out there that we played and won. And we won them all, except the beach ball. And we've been to semifinals 2 times, maybe 3 times. And we've had, we had a bad slip up in 07. I thought 06, 07. I thought we had a chance to win it then. And we got knocked off by the Stewart kids team, Arlington Country Day out of Florida, and came back and beat St. John's at DC. A couple more really good DC teams, a DC team and another team from Georgia to go 3-1, but we didn't win it. And it's hard. I mean, it's the #1 tournament in the country year in and year out, and it's the one that. And I like about Cal is you got to be a true high school. You've got to belong to the federation, national federation, to be able to play in it. Now everybody says, I went to Monteverde last year. Well, they belong to that national federation. Florida lets them join their association on condition they don't play in Florida's tournaments. So there's a catch right there. So that's why Monteverde got in. But you got to be a high school. You got to belong to a high school federation. And I think you don't get to prep kids that are playing prep ball and everything, and the kids that have to go, the teams that play the beach ball have rules to go by. You can't just bring kids in from all over the world and get a ball team. So it is an honor to play in it. I appreciate John Rose and it all started with Dallas Blankenship and Danny, Dan and Tony that started putting us, and then the respect of how hard our kids played. And the people in Myrtle Beach love us. I mean, we're like a home team. We go down there, I think they look at us as being one of the local teams because we play in it so much. And we pretty much got a running invitation. They say, Bill, anytime you got a good team, we'll take you all. All you got to say is you got a good team, we'll take you. So it is an honor. And the first night we played Soccer City, a local team, which is pretty good, but not a great team. And then the second night we'll run into the 2-time defending state champ from North Carolina. They've got Wendell Moore going to Duke with the signees. Or if they get upset, I say upset, but we're playing the defending state champs in West Virginia, University High out of Morgantown. So, and all of them have got D1, really good D1 players. But, Cal, I've got a better feeling this year than ever. I think this year The games will be tough, obviously. You got to bring your A game to win them, but we have a chance. I think we have a really good chance.
The Lady Cardinals are looking forward to the athleticism of their opponents and the beauty of their surroundings.
Kids are excited about going down to the Miami area. We're about 45 minutes north of Miami, so I know they're excited. We're going to see a different top team. We're going to see a lot of athletic teams down there. Again, it's going to be a long bonding trip on that bus, but we're going to be fine. We're excited. We'll get past the holidays here, and we'll head to, I believe it's going to be about 80 is what the forecast is. So I know they're excited to get on the beach.